The hum of the engine was the only sound in the night. The road ahead stretched into an abyss of darkness surrounded by an endless expanse of desert. I gripped the steering wheel, my knuckles white against the leather, as I ventured alone on that lonely road. The radio signal had faded away hours ago, leaving me with only my thoughts and the haunting silence of the night. The wind whispered sinister secrets as it whistled through the cracks of the car windows. The stars above were the only witnesses to my journey, their distant glimmers providing the only source of light in the barren landscape. The desert seemed to stretch forever, an eerie void where time and sound seemed to lose their way. With every passing mile, an unsettling feeling began to claw at the edges of my mind. I couldn't shake the sensation of being watched, that hidden eyes were following my every move from the shadows. I turned up the radio dial, trying to find some semblance of connection, but all I received was static. Just more white noise to add to the unease that had settled in the pit of my stomach. The road seemed to grow narrower, the darkness denser, and I was engulfed in a silence I had never experienced before. My headlights carved a path through the night, but with each twist and turn, the feeling of being lost intensified. The car's dashboard clock read 3 a.m., a haunting reminder of the witching hour. Then I saw it, an old weather-beaten sign at the side of the road. The words faded with time and neglect. Last Chance Gas Station, 10 miles ahead. A mix of relief and apprehension washed over me. The thought of finding civilization was comforting, but the idea of stopping at a deserted gas station in the middle of the night sent shivers down my spine. As I approached the gas station, the glow of a single, flickering fluorescent light greeted me from a distance. The station was like a relic from another era, its rusty pumps and cracked windows evoking a sense of abandonment. Pulling into the lot, I hesitated for a moment, debating whether to continue or seek shelter within its eerie walls. My car stopped with a creak and I stepped out, my footsteps crunching on the gravel. The wind seemed to howl louder here, carrying whispers that brushed against my ears like ghostly fingers. I pushed open the door to the station, its bell tinkling in a way that sent a chill down my spine. The interior was dimly lit, the light from a single bulb hanging overhead casting long shadows on the worn linoleum floor. Shelves lined with dusty, long-forgotten snacks and magazines stood in the corner. Behind the counter, an ancient cash register sat like a sentinel, its keys frozen in time. "Hello?" I called out tentatively, my voice echoing through the emptiness. There was no response. I could feel the weight of eyes upon me, though there was no one to be seen. Every instinct told me to leave, to run back to the safety of my car, but a morbid curiosity kept me rooted in place. I turned to leave when a faint whisper brushed against my ear. It was a voice, too distant to make out the words, but laden with an eerie urgency. My heart raced as I spun around, scanning the dimly lit interior. My gaze locked onto the reflection in a cracked mirror on the wall, a fleeting glimpse of a figure standing just beyond the edge of sight. Terror gripped me, and I stumbled backward, crashing into a shelf and sending a cascade of forgotten snacks to the floor. The figure remained shrouded in darkness, its form shifting like smoke. With each heartbeat, it seemed to draw closer, its presence filling the room with an oppressive dread. I turned and bolted towards the door, my pulse pounding in my ears. The bell jingled again as I burst outside, the wind now a symphony of anguished wails. The car's engine roared to life, and I sped away from the gas station, the figure fading into the rearview mirror. As I drove, I couldn't shake the feeling that I had stumbled upon something beyond comprehension, something ancient and malevolent that had been waiting for an unwitting traveler to cross its path. The desert seemed to stretch on forever once again, but this time, it was not the isolation that chilled me. It was the knowledge that I was not alone on that lonely road. Even as the sun began to rise, casting a pale light, I could feel the lingering presence of the gas station. I glanced at the dashboard clock. It was nearing 4 a.m., and the road ahead was empty, winding through the desert like a path into the unknown. Don't forget to click the like button and subscribe to our channel to hear more scary stories from Wicked Road.